5 questions with 5 notable women in South Florida's construction industry. This is a 5-part series being produced for Women in Construction Week 2022. My name is Deborah Hampton, and I'm the Risk and Safety Director for Current Builders and the first Vice President of the South Florida chapter of the Associated General Contractors of America. I will become the first female president of the South Florida AGC chapter in 2024. It is an honor to be able to serve as a host for this interview series. The goal of Women in Construction Week is to really highlight women as a viable component of the construction industry. But most importantly, we all hope that this will encourage other women to become part of this exciting industry. It is my pleasure to say that we are joined today by Kristi Vick, who is the owner and managing principal of Multivista South Florida. Welcome, Kristi.
Good morning, Debbie. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm going to do a brief intro for our audience, and then we're going to ask you just a few questions about your experience being a woman in the construction industry. So Kristi has been responsible for the growth and development of Multivista's South Florida territory. Multivista provides professional cloud-based visual documentation of construction projects. Her team has provided documentation on thousands of Florida projects across all construction verticals. Kristi has over 25 years experience in the construction and technology industries. She holds a bachelor's degree from Florida State University and is an active community advocate. She's also the founder of Cruiser Palooza, which has raised awareness and funding for spinal cord injury rehabilitation for over 12 years. It's our pleasure to welcome you to this series today, Kristi.
Thank you. I'm excited to do it.
Excellent. Well, our first question is, so why construction? What made you decide to get into the construction field?
So early on after I graduated college, I started working for a company called Construction Market Data. So that's how I got my introduction to it, with calling on architects to find out about what projects they were working on, working with general contractors, basically selling them leads about projects that were coming up in their market. And then later on in my career, I went to work for a company called Vela Systems, which was where I got introduced on the technology side of things, where we were selling project management software and field technology software to contractors primarily. And from there, which Vela Systems then became BIM 360. From there, I was introduced to Multivista, which is an international organization. It is actually a franchise. So I purchased the South Florida franchise in 2009 and have been building that business ever since. And as you said, we've worked on thousands of projects doing every type of, construction, whether it's custom homes or condominiums, apartments, hospitals, educational facilities, you name it. Providing that visual documentation, whether it be through drones or webcams, photography, video, things like that. But what's interesting and what drew me to Multivista was the combination of the technology with the service side, where, because there's a lot of companies out there that can provide the technology, but they have to do it themselves or look for third parties. With Multivista, we bring that service side where we're going out and documenting the projects for them using that technology and making it super easy and organized for the client.
Excellent. So you've been in the construction industry for a little over 25 years. I'm sure that you have seen quite a few different challenges. What have been some of the greatest challenges that you've seen, and how have you been able to overcome them?
Well, we've had very unique challenges, especially recently with COVID and the recession. Actually, when I bought into Multivista, that was like the recession of 2009, so that was an interesting time to buy a business. But I would say that the challenges really, for me, that I see are more about owning a small business, right? Which I think any small business sees the same challenges with regard to employee retention, the economy, things like that. So I would say those have been kind of the biggest hurdles or challenges. That said, it's been to own a business and buy into a business. I have learned so much over the last 12 years, I can't tell you, and it's been if I had to do it all over again, I would do it absolutely 110%. I mean, it's just the financial reward, the owning your own business and seeing the growth of the business and the success of that business has been unbelievable for me. So I would recommend it to anybody, really, especially women.
That's fantastic. And obviously you're very successful, which brings up our next question. You've reached this pinnacle of success. And what would you say have been some of your strongest attributes that have allowed you to become such a successful businesswoman, especially in the construction industry?
I think that women, we kind of like have that nurturing side of us. I will say for my business, like I treat it like a family. I put my employees first. I make sure that they're taken care of. I make sure that they're happy, and I can say that in my business, our guys have been with us like minimum 5 years. Most of them have been with me, my office manager, Stacy's been with me from the beginning. So I think that speaks to, just taking care of those that are the backbone of your business, right? I mean, my guys are out there in the trenches every day, and I appreciate it and tell them I appreciate them and reward them in a way that wants them to stay with you. So I would say that's one part of being a woman and owning a business and running a business that you bring to the business that helps you, have that glue to keep everybody together and grow. Also, I have a product that I believe in, and I've been like that from day one. I'm not going to sell something that I don't believe in. I know there's tremendous value in our product and service that our clients appreciate and see that return on investment. So it's easy for me to sell it and be persistent about getting in front of people because I really do believe in the product and know that it brings value to the client. And then also the clients themselves. I mean, it's my nature to put them first and make sure they're happy, and we bend over backwards to make sure they're happy. So I would say, you could talk to any client of mine. I don't think you're going to find someone that's going to say they had a bad experience or weren't happy with the people that they've dealt with in our company. So that's helped us as well. So it's unique. I think, a woman brings a lot of those, like, just attributes of being a mother, a wife, a woman kind of thing, where we want to keep everybody together and cohesive and happy, and that helps in running a business for sure.
Excellent. And sounds like, of course, you're very service oriented, which makes a big difference in any industry. But speaking specifically about construction, you've been again in the industry for a while. Would you say that perhaps in the last decade that there are more opportunities that are opening up for women in the construction industry? I can't speak to like what people are seeing, that trend like coming out of the schools and universities and who's entering the business, if there's a trend to see more women. I can only speak to myself and what I see in the events that I go to and dealing with my clients, that, it still is a small percentage, I would say, that's women involved in the construction industry. But again, I would highly recommend it to any woman to get involved. I mean, there's benefits to being a woman-owned business and just, there's, like I said, a lot of benefits, and I would highly recommend it to any woman to get involved for sure. It's a great industry overall too. Like, just the people that I deal with, it's fun to be part of the construction industry and the people you deal with every day, and seeing these buildings getting built and how it all comes together. And I've built great relationships with people over the years. Everybody's very respectful and friendly, and it's an interesting crowd. It's like it's a fun crowd and laid back crowd and crazy crowd at the same time. So it's a cool industry to be a part of. I like that. Now I also like the perspective that you bring, because you're not only a woman in construction, but you're a business owner in the construction industry. what advice would you give young women out of their might be coming out of high school and thinking about a career in construction? What's one piece of advice perhaps would you like to give them today?
I would say, just do it, like jump it. For me, it's been such an adventure, and I've been so rewarded through it. To start a business, to run a business, to see the success of the business. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a business owner, and it's just been amazing, really. Like I said, the whole adventure, the experience, just to jump in and own something, and be part of that growth and see the success of it. Like I said, it's just, I would highly recommend it to any woman. And as I said too, the construction industry is a great industry to get involved in. And there's so many different ways you could get involved. Like if you think, again, I don't know how to build a building, right? But I understand the construction industry, and I've been a part of it for so many years, but I'm on the visual documentation side. We're doing photography, we're doing webcams, we're doing drones, laser scanning, creating plans from laser scanning. So that's just such a little small piece of anything of the construction industry. So think about how many opportunities there must be to be part of it in some form or fashion, So, yeah.
No, excellent advice. And it truly is diverse. Most people think of construction simply as boots on the ground and digging in trenches, which, obviously sharing this time with you today, you've shown a completely different perspective of the construction industry. And I do wish to thank you very much for sharing your time with us today, and much continued success with your business. Thank you very much, Kristi.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.